What is leadership? Take some time and think about completing this sentence. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down your definition of what is leadership. You can pause the video before we move to the next slide. Did you complete the task? Very good. There are many ways to finish that sentence. There is not a universal definition of leadership because leadership is a complex subject and depending on the context, culture, and experience, the definition might vary. Here are some definitions from some of the top project management organizations. As you can see, there are some key words that are common among these definitions: vision, influence, motivation, people, objectives. Compare with the definition you wrote. Did you use any of the words we identified in the definitions? For the purpose of this course, we will use this definition. Leadership is the process of influencing an organized group toward accomplishing goals. It is a simple definition that focuses on the words process, influence, motivate, people, team and stakeholders, and goals or objectives. Note that it doesn't include the words control, role, or position. Defining leadership as a process means that there are no specific traits or characteristics that reside in a leader. Process implies that the leader affects and is affected by the followers. It is an interactive event in this definition. Leadership is not restricted to the formally designated leader in the group or project. Having good technical and managerial skills is not enough to be a good project manager. You may know how to manage a schedule or perform a risk analysis. But those skills alone are not enough to be successful in project management. Developing projects are also becoming more and more complex. The context is changing, and challenges cannot be solved just by using technical skills. Stakeholders have different expectations of the project, and the project manager needs to lead these different stakeholders to support the project, and that requires the use of influence and persuasion skills to lead them. Team dynamics is changing. It is not enough to plan and ask the team to work on the tasks assigned to them. The project leader needs to bring the best out of the team by encouraging, motivating, and leading them with trust and respect to achieve the project goals. Leadership is one of the most important and essential factors in good project management. Leadership can be seen as the art of influencing others to achieve desired results. Leaders guide behaviors by setting the vision, direction, and the key processes. In other words, leadership has a large influence on the whole project process, including the actions of others. Having good leadership skill as a project manager will result in increased commitment to the project by the team and key stakeholders, improved performance and productivity from the team, better relations with the stakeholders, and better decisions as the team buys into the decision process. The role of leadership skills in project management has been changing over time. From a situation where leadership had a modest role, eclipsed by the need to have strong technical skills. Today, the role of leadership skills is considered to be as important as the technical and management skills. And in the near future, it is predicted that leadership skills will take a prominent role in project management. Is management the same as leadership? Here are some of the key differences between management and leadership that will help us understand what leadership is. Managers focus on process, procedures, and systems, while leaders focus on people, the team, stakeholders, partners, and beneficiaries. Managers have employees, while leaders win followers. Managers react to change and try to control it, while leaders create change to bring new opportunities. Managers communicate and report on current status, while leaders persuade, influence, and encourage. Managers focus on short-term gains, while leaders focus on long-term impact. Managers do things right with a focus on efficiency, and leaders do the right thing with a focus on effectiveness. And finally, managers ask how and when, but leaders ask what and why. It's not one or the other. As a project manager, you will need to strike the right balance between managerial and leadership approaches based on the scope and complexity of the project. There will be times when you need to put on your leader hat, another time when it's necessary that you use your manager hat. Finding the right balance is something that you learn with experience. Having a strong leadership skills is enough. What happens when you have weak leadership and weak management skills? Well, that is a recipe for project failure. When you have strong management skills but weak leadership skills, you may be able to deliver the project outputs, but you will have problems with the stakeholders and beneficiaries. Support and interest in the project will be low. When you have strong leadership skills but weak management skills, you will have problems with project deliverables, the scope, schedule, and budget problems. Project success occurs when you have both strong leadership and management skills. Here are some of the most common myths about leadership that will help you get a better perspective of what leadership is. Leaders are born, not made. This is one of the most prevalent leadership myths. That leaders are born, that there are specific characteristics that people have that will make them leaders. But the reality is that leadership skills can be learned and improved through practice. Leaders must be extrovert. We always think of leader as someone extrovert, but they don't make better leaders than introverts. Leadership is a position. Well, true leadership is not based on a role or a title. It is based on action, performance, ability, and effectiveness. Leaders have all the answers. Leaders provide direction, guidance, and motivate people to achieve goals. They nurture ideas and create an environment where people can come up with the right answers. Leaders work smarter, not harder. Leaders work hard. They must lead by example. Nothing great has ever been achieved without working hard. You don't need a title to be a leader. Good leadership is the use of skills, behaviors, and practices correctly applied at the right time in the right context to help the project reach its objectives. Leadership skills can be learned and improved, and you don't need a title to be a true leader. Anybody who works in the project has opportunities to be a leader. Given the right context, there will be opportunities where you can lead, even in small things that you can do every day to positively influence the project, stakeholders, beneficiaries, colleagues, friends, and communities. Everyone has the potential to be a leader.